Brought to you by NORDIC podcast.
Stick on their heart. And
that's it. You said it, heart. And that is why I feel you're here today with us. So, for those listening, we're here today with Dino Serrao.
you say very well.
Very nice. Yeah. Italian street photographer who has literally just blown up leveraging social media and his entrepreneurial skills in leveraging this and using his talent as an artist with street photography has really made you world known. You've come all the way from Australia, and usually we focus most on entrepreneurs, athletes, and people like you who have gone through some sort of struggle within Norway. So technically it is within Norway still, because you're in Norway now,
I'm
right?
honored then to be one of the first actually that I'm here. I've been through a struggle, obviously, as many people. But yeah, that's pretty interesting. I'm glad. I didn't know that actually.
So I'm glad you finally entered the boundaries of Norway. I don't know, this was a few months ago in December?
Yes, it was like the 10th of December. Yes, like 1 month ago actually.
So
that I'm here.
why did you leave and come to Norway? And why did you do so in such a you're under the radar? Like it's really hidden the way you just moved here.
That's right. Yes. It's still hidden because not many people knows that. No, still people didn't really figure out. Because I didn't post anything yet regarding photography here in Norway.
No.
So I'm planning obviously to do that. So I'm gonna throw myself in the middle of the Norwegian streets and Oslo.
They're not
street.
ready. They are not ready. I can tell you that. From seeing your work and seeing what you do, they're not ready.
But it doesn't really matter. Because it's not going to stop me.
Oh.
Absolutely.
So for those hearing, what is street photography?
Well, look, I can tell there's a lot of meanings of street photography. My street photography, let's call it like this because I found myself in the middle of the street in Sydney. So throwing myself in the street in Sydney and taking pictures of strangers. But the interesting thing is how everything started. Because at that time, I'm talking about March, at the end of March, maybe April.
2020.
2020,
Right,
that's right, last year, 2020. I couldn't find, people that they were able or they were available to do some experiments, some photography experiment to do something. Models.
Right.
I had few friends, but everyone's very, very busy at that time. And also COVID, many restrictions, many things.
Yeah, March was really uncertain times.
Yes, it was a very, very uncertain time.
Yeah.
But still, I wanted to be honest with you. I found in that time, I found the right chance to send a message, to send the right message to people. So everything came out because, so nobody was available. And I was like, how can I restart photography? So I'm going backwards.
Okay.
After I'm going backwards and started from the real beginning.
Right.
But to complete this concept of my street photography or street photography for me is, I was like, how can I start something now? It's
Give
like,
it new life, kind of jump-start it again.
Yeah, that's right. And I was like, as I can't find people available, what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw myself in the middle of the street and ask strangers if I can take pictures of them, So
Approaching strangers during a pandemic.
that was a very big challenge.
Yeah.
It was a very big challenge. But that's a part of the message. No matter what, just pursue. That's what I was thinking. Pursue what you really want to do. Pursue your goals. Even if you're gonna struggle in there, even if it's gonna be a hard time, no matter what, whatever you, this is a message
Right.
for everyone, for whatever you do in life. That's, you know,
Was this mentality what made you start your journey? Like, how did this journey even start?
Yes.
How far back have you been into photography?
okay, so I'm gonna go very backwards now. So
We have time.
from the very beginning. Absolutely, I love it. So I actually went. I moved back in Italy in I guess from 2007 to 2011. I had a crew with some friends. We were doing some photography, film, short movies, and all this stuff.
Where
It was in Italy, in
Italy?
Rome.
This was
In Rome.
Okay.
Was very, very nice, was interesting and everything. Unfortunately, that wasn't the best time in Italy, so for money and everything.
Okay.
You know. So what I did, I chose to do an experience and go to Australia.
Mm.
Let's see what happened there.
Why Australia?
Australia, because actually I went there 1 year as a tourist, because someone invited me and my father for a wedding day. And when I went there, and I was like, oh, this is another land. This is interesting. This is a
Right,
very, very,
right.
very different style from Italy and everything. I was like, it's very interesting.
Of course.
I want to try. Let's see
Okay,
let's see what happened. So what I did, I left everything. I left also my studies. I left university.
What were you studying at the time?
I was studying at the university, and it was techniques and arts of
Right.
of the digital, and
And you just dropped that to go.
I dropped it.
Wow.
I dropped it because somehow I felt myself wasting my time. Because let's face
Another school dropout, guys.
let's face this. Let's face this. I don't want people to get me wrong.
Right.
University, school, everything, absolutely beautiful. But there's a different kind of people. Like, so we are different. So people that they want to pursue those studies and all these things. They're people like me. Fortunately, unfortunately, I don't know.
Right.
So far, fortunately, I gotta be honest
Right.
with you, that they feel that they are wasting their time. They want to go more in the practical. They want to throw themselves to do something and not just following what the system is telling you
I
to
see.
follow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it gets too, you could call it programmed after a while. It gets a lot, because at the end of the day, you could know everything on earth, but that knowledge is useless if you don't act.
That's correct.
So you need to act, and acting can't be done in school.
That's
You
correct.
have to leave school to act.
That's correct. Yeah, you have to leave the action,
Right.
because we get a lot of how can I say, a lot of knowledge from school. Absolutely
course,
fine,
of course.
but still, I saw many people, friends, relatives, that they found themselves after having a degree and everything. They found themselves
Stranded?
doing not much. They found them. I have friends that have degree in science of aerospace and all these things, doing today like working in restaurants.
Wow. In Italy today? Is this...
In Italy, this is in Italy. You know, I'm like, don't get me wrong, Italy is an amazing country.
Right.
But as Italy, many other nations, like, they have this common thing that they don't really, after you go through a journey, they don't really value yourself. They don't value you.
After you go through a journey, educative journey? you
Educated
mean?
journey, yeah, of
Okay.
course.
They don't
And
value the outcome.
they don't value the outcome, you know? So that's where I found myself, like, I feel I'm wasting my time. I feel I have to go more in the action. I was that kind of person that in the meantime I was reading like the books to get prepared for the exam. My brain was going out from the book and was creating. It was creating something. I was creating something. And I remember I was like, my father calling me from the south of Italy, because I'm from the south of Italy, but I was living for a while in Rome, so in the center of Italy.
Right.
And I remember my father calling me, so how studies working, how the studies going, and you preparing for this. And I was like, yeah, well, yes, Dad, it's a little bit, you know. It's like,
Yeah.
but then I was actually realizing something, which was it was I was practicing, and I was getting ready for my future.
Right.
You know,
Your mind was preparing for whatever was going to happen.
That's right. Because many people would say, "Oh, you waste your time," or "At this time you could have a degree or something."
It's because look, I feel people are addicted to having a net. What I mean by that is a safety net. You know, what if you fall? What if you fall? What if you don't? Why don't we ever go, what if you don't fall? So everyone is always addicted to have a safety net. Now, I went to school all the way. I'm graduated medical doctor, so I'm not going to bash
that's
school
great.
and universities.
That's great.
And I got my safety net being medicine. And I like medicine. It's one of my greatest passions in life. So I understand that. I'm not bashing safety nets. But do not get so paralyzed in doing and following the means that you will have the greatest impact on earth. Do not get paralyzed so much about your safety net that you don't follow this. That's what I'm kind of seeing, this paralysis by analysis, as they say, right?
Yeah.
You get so obsessed with having a safety net that you end up focusing all your assets on getting that safety net.
That's right.
And then guess what? The safety net in itself sometimes doesn't pan out.
That's right.
What happens then?
So, that's what happened. That's what happened. Then you find yourself that you only you only concentrated your energies and everything in that field, and you didn't get the chance to discover eventually what you really are and what you could really do in other different fields.
Exactly.
Because you didn't get the chance to
explore.
That's the thing. The thing is, everything started. I'm very, very glad that we started from photography, and we're going actually.
It's easy. It's easier.
It's very easy. The thing is, many people they want to find themselves, especially today, in their comfort zone. You should get off from your comfort zone sometimes. You have to understand that. Sometimes people are afraid to lose something, They're afraid to lose, like, what am I going to do if it's not going to work? That's the point. Just restart it.
What is your relationship with failure? What kind of relationship do you have with failure?
Well, I like that question. I love that question. Okay, so I'll tell you something.
Right.
So just to explain to you what I went through.
Of course.
Failures and all these things. Once I left Rome and I went to start this journey in Australia, when I went to Australia, actually, because of the visa situation at that time, things are probably changed now, but at that time, when you were like, I have a working visa for 1 year. All right, yeah, I'm pretty good in photography, but many people and many companies and working-wise, they were like, no, well, yes, but it's not enough time. We're looking for something more, permanently.
Right.
I've been asking a lot, and I didn't find anything. So I found myself working in a restaurant, in hospitality, which is completely nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me. And I actually started as a dishwasher.
A dishwasher?
In a restaurant. As a dishwasher. So what I'm going to do?
Right.
I have to do something. I have to survive.
How long were you a dishwasher?
Sorry?
How long were you washing dishes? Like you had that position?
I could not even wash the dishes because my ex-employer was like, "You're terrible. You're going to break everything. You can only wash glasses." Oh, wait, this is incredible. I had literally, and I don't lie to you, $400 Australian dollars in my pocket.
Wow.
I couldn't survive, honestly. And still, I was positive. So it's like, I have to stick with I have to do something. Even if I have to restart from zero, from the scratch, I don't care. I have to. Whatever any cost, whatever it costs, And was interesting because after 2 weeks, my ex-employer was like, "Look, I want to try you on the floor, on the front house. So like
On the floor, like as
ri-
a server.
like a server,
Oh,
like
okay.
delivering food
Okay.
and drinks on the table." And he was pretty clear. You help me, you're still in. You give me trouble, you're out today. Okay.
Final shot. Final chance.
Okay, let's see what happened. That night went pretty good. I don't know how. I don't know. I was positive and I was happy and everything.
Yeah.
After a few weeks, I found out that actually I wasn't so good, but my employer saw something in me.
Mm.
He saw that I was pretty good in public relation with the people.
You're a people person.
That's right.
Right.
That's where we are going now because I'm passionate of people. My passion is people. It's not even just photography. It's passion in people.
And that genuine passion in people speaks to people. People like that.
Now let's go forward a little bit. After 3 or 4 years, I was the general manager of 3 big restaurants in Sydney.
Whoa.
Yes, 3 big restaurants in Sydney.
That's insane.
Yeah, because this is the thing.
You couldn't even wash dishes, man.
I couldn't.
What happened?
It happens that I was like, look, I have,
I feel such things is not only a vibe, like you said, you're a people person and people connect, but it's also, okay, I'll give an example. When you see an obvious larger animal like a lion, right, meet a honey badger, they look like small cats.
Mm-hmm.
The lion could easily eat it, easily. But I don't know if you've seen these videos of honey badgers on YouTube that their drive and their faith in themselves is so much larger than their physical body that the lion goes like, what is this? There must be something more. And the lion actually backs off because the lion doesn't understand why is something that I can easily destroy having so much confidence. There must be something more. And then lions usually back off to honey badgers 5 times smaller than their size. And I feel that is the same with certain people where they might not be able to wash dishes, but there's a certain drive they have, a certain passion, you don't know what, but you're like, I can't explain it, but there's something in him that is larger than himself. So you stick around and you grow and they help you grow.
I think you probably got the best example.
That's the only logic I can see here.
You got it. Because look, what for example, my ex-employer saw in me, it was like, he was very smart. It was like, this guy may be terrible in what he's doing, but he know how to connect with people. Yeah. And it's part of success, especially in a company, whatever it's going to be.
Where did you learn how to connect with people? How did you acquire this gift? Because there are books on this. Like it's a skill.
Well. That's very, very interesting.
Did you always have it?
I think I always have it. I probably got this one from my mother. Because she was a very open-minded and she was always connect with a lot of people. So I found myself
emulating that from her.
Yeah, kind of. I think so. And I've been always passionate of people because I wanted to understand people's story. I've been always like, I've always been like, I'm like this. But I want to understand why that person react in that way, which is different from mine. I want to understand a little bit more. I'm not here to analyze. I want to, it's could be a little bit creepy, like you want to analyze people. I'm not a psychiatrist or psychologist.
No.
But I'm like that kind of person that wanna understand to be part of the story, to share that story, and to empathize that. That's also what my photography is doing.
You have a great point, actually, because you somehow bring that out also in your pictures. The story, even though there is nothing obviously written, but the story of the individual somehow comes forth.
That's incredible because I actually, when I started also to do photography, when I went back to photography very deep, I found that this one was unconsciously, like I was doing what I was doing unconsciously. I was matching my skills of connecting with people and taking out something from their eyes, from their portraits, and making something together. And I actually didn't realize. I didn't realize since when, until when few comments started to come out from my followers. Are like, I can read the story behind these pictures, and I'm interested to know the story of this person. This is it's a very good point. It's actually a very good point.
So then it makes even less sense now why you would give up such a position in the restaurant.
Fantastic.
To go back to street. Like now it makes less sense.
That's fantastic. Now what's happening is after years, as probably many people will connect with this, after 3 years, I was actually doing really good. I learned a lot of skills in the hospitality, which is, don't get me wrong, I don't want people to understand. I want people to understand that working in hospitality, if you got passion for hospitality, it's an amazing thing. You connect with so many people. It's beautiful. It's not just about food. It's about, the service. It's also when there is things that many restaurants unfortunately are losing today, but it's when there is a public relation with the customer. Customer enjoy more their meals and everything. Absolutely. That's passion. But for me, as an artist, that artist part inside, it wasn't gone away forever. It was still there. It was a little bit asleep, and sometimes it was coming up and was, trust me, I was finding myself sometimes in a night with 500, sometimes more 500 people in one night. In the meantime, I was managing the things. My brain was literally going out and creating. Same thing that I was doing when I was at university. Studying, and my brain was creating. So
when you say your brain was going out and creating, when you're studying, was being distracted with creating.
Yes.
What was it creating?
It was, I was taking, make an example. I was taking, for example, that couple eating. My brain was thinking about them. I was there. I was absent actually, but I was completely absent actually.
Your body was there, not your mind.
My body was there, but my mind was taking that situation as an example to create something artistic, photography-wise, film-wise, and so on. Like taking what is happening now there on that table, okay, as an ordinary situation that could be ordinary, but actually could be an example of life.
I love that, because now this shows you something. This shows you that even when you were not doing photography, you were practicing photography. Because the brain does not know the difference between doing and picturing or that's why they tell athletes before a race, sit down, visualize the race like you're doing it, and then do that again and again and again, because the brain's signals of actually doing it and visualizing it, there's no difference. So the fact that when you were working, when you were studying, you were still seeing the situations around you and visualizing, practicing the art in these environments. This explains how you got in so much more, experience than what it looks like.
You couldn't explain it better. Honestly, it's fantastic. Because I love the connection I'm having with you, because you're taking out the words that I want to say, and I love these things.
Because that is exactly what I feel would make a person that is, you could say, preoccupied with studies and preoccupied with running such a restaurant, yet have such a high skill in photography? Because in this period, when was the last time you took pictures or film or created such content? Did you take a massive break? Were they small?
Yes, I took not a must. Well, maybe it was like 1 month. Yeah, maybe for now. Yeah, still I have some projects apart that I'm working on them, so that they will be posted soon. They still belongs to back to Australia. They didn't come out yet.
Wow.
They're coming out soon. They're like 1, 2, 3, I guess 3. Yes, 3 people. Stories.
We'll look forward to those.
Yes, I can't wait to be in the action here in Norway actually. But
yes,
I'm gonna continue
going,
what
keep
happened.
going.
So after a few years, I was earning good. I was having a big experience in career. I've been many people knew me now because imagine I was in these restaurants, between these 3 restaurants where I was working all the time. I was meeting hundreds and hundreds of people every hour. Every hour I was having hundreds or 100 people, who dealing with. Now, what happened was this actually happened August 2019. August 2019, I literally wake up one morning. This was like, it was like a revelation. Like, it was when you feel inside that even if you're doing a lot of things and you're doing a lot of money, you don't feel fulfilled here in your heart, inside. And also I was noticing that my life was sucked away from what I really want to be in the future, for what I really want to love to do, for what I really wanted to pursue since the beginning. So my real me was frozen, was bye-bye, was, where
hibernating somewhere.
Yes, somewhere. So I woke up one morning and I literally look at myself in the mirror. Like I look at myself in the mirror and I was tired, and also my day off, I was always busy doing something relating to the restaurant, So I look at myself and I know it sounds weird, but it literally happened. The reflection on the mirror was like, is that what you really want to do in your life? Remember who you are. Remember.
That's some Lion King stuff. I love that.
Remember who you are.
Right.
Look inside yourself. And now, yes, you're doing good in what you're doing. Money is not a problem anymore. I remember when I started, you
were comfortable.
I was comfortable, but when I started, I was struggling actually, because I didn't have anything. So
But now you were like comfortable economically.
Now you're comfortable
place.
and everything. And now, how do you want to really invest your life? How? Like you want to invest your life to do that? Or you want to invest your life to pursue your art? And not only something else, and inspiring people. You could remember each of us. This is something that I'm saying to everyone.
Right.
Each one of us can be an inspiration on daily basis for someone else, even if we don't believe it. Trust me. Like what I'm saying is, this was a revelation because it was like a sign, because that day, actually, I remember that night, that was just a thought. But that night, actually what happened, I had a little fight with my employer, where my employer kind of fired me.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that is a big detail.
He kind of fired me because
What was the fight about? What happened?
It was because he was trying to blame me for how the restaurants were going. For him, the restaurants weren't going as he was expected. So that was another.
Sounds a lot like jealousy, man.
Sounds like.
Jealousy. Sounds because I have noticed in certain like Eastern European countries, not that Italy is an Eastern European country, sometimes the employer gets threatened by the employee's skill and feels his position is threatened, so they try to make things hard and eventually fire. This has happened to 3 close friends of mine
Oh, really?
in that region.
Well,
3 of them.
it could be. It could be. I can't say that.
No.
Honestly, I can't say that. Well, I want to be honest with you. My ex-employer was very hard with all the employees. Very, very hard. Still, I need to thank him anyway because he taught me many things.
course,
So I
of
have
course.
to. I can't deny,
No.
sort of things. But he probably was demanding too much, and so I didn't really like it. That's why I was struggling. And so what happened that night, there was a sign for me because when he was like, it probably wasn't his real intention to fire me.
I
But
see.
he was
In the moment.
in the moment. He was in the moment. I took the moment. I took the chance. I took the chance to say, okay, well, this is it. This is it. So that's why, I think this step of getting rid of your life as it is with some how can I say, you feel safe because
Right.
you got money,
Right.
you got a job and everything, but be careful. It's not the end of the world. Like I was thinking, okay, I'll have to start it again.
Well, you're used to living without a safety net. So for you,
That's
it
right.
was like, I've
That's
been
right.
there before.
That's right. I've been there before. So you know what? Okay, I'll start it again. It doesn't matter. So I'm not afraid of the unknown. Nobody should be afraid of the unknown. You should try. If you don't try, you will never find yourself. That's how you have to picture yourself as well. You will find your real yourself, your real,
Right.
Who you really are when you find yourself in that moment. So
And yeah, you will never really venture into that if you are always scared of leaving
the comfort
comfort.
zone. Yes.
or scared of. I've also noticed leaving the comfort zone usually comes with more responsibilities, not less.
That's right.
Leaving the comfort zone almost always guarantees more responsibilities.
Yes.
And wherever you find responsibilities, you will also find opportunity and destiny. You just have to keep going towards the center of responsibility, where there is most responsibility possible. That's why, everyone likes the title to be CEO of this, to be that. You know how much responsibility that is? How much more to run your own business, to go and start from scratch as a street photographer. All these things screams responsibility.
Yeah.
And another way to describe having a safety net is actually describing, I would rather someone else has the responsibility over my life in these areas than I have the responsibility over my life. That's actually what a safety net is you giving away your responsibility to someone else.
That's it. Not only, you're trading your time and your passion for someone else's plan.
Yeah. For them to just take that responsibility for you.
You know what I mean?
I mean, if you're happy, but at least know
Yes.
what's going on. I would
That's-
rather that you know what's going on and be happy than you don't know what's going on and you're happy. Because then, are
Yes.
you truly happy? Do you actually know what's going on?
That's right.
Right.
That's a very good question. That's a question that I put, that I ask myself. Because am I really happy? Am I really happy where I'm going?
Right.
So
You picked up the camera next.
So
Open the box like a
that-
superhero
no,
movie.
that's
No?
actually that.
Close the box.
Well. I went to this struggle as well, actually, because what happened it was this. On those years, actually 2 years after I started to get into the hospitality business, I actually saw my equipments a lot of equipments worth it a lot of money getting dusty, full of dust, just chucked there in the wardrobe or in the closet or wherever they were. And I was like, my heart is crying. It's so painful. I have to get rid of these. At least I have to give to someone, to sell them to someone that they're going to use them. So I give them away.
Oh.
I give them away after 2 years.
Like give it away for free?
No. I give them away. Like I have to sold them.
Okay, you sold them.
Yeah, I have to sold them.
Right.
So what I did is once I decide to go back to photography after I quit my job.
So just pause.
Yeah.
So for the people listening that know you guys have to realize that this is a guy that quit photography and sold all his equipment.
Yes.
If you had a timeline, this was the timeline where you literally quit what you're world renowned for doing today and sold all the equipment. So it's like, people just think these things come easy and people are just appointed, but people have to realize that you almost never happened.
That's right.
You almost never happened.
That's right.
By your own hand. So continue.
That's right. But then, that's the point. Then it will get to a point. Everyone will get to a point that you either let life happen on you or you happen on life.
Right.
You make your own life and everything.
It reminds me of a quote, actually, that the best way to predict the future is to create the future. That is like you just said, instead of letting life happen, you make life happen.
That's right.
You create the future.
That's right. So what happened is I went to the shop and I bought a small compact camera, small one.
What type was this?
It was like a Sony, like a Sony camera. It was one of those small that you can have like the changeable lens.
Okay, had
interchangeable lens. Yeah. And I got that one. I always been passionate of portraits, even if other kind of photography and things. So I bought a 50 millimeter lens, and as I was saying at the beginning, I throw myself in the middle of the street. I called this friend of mine, which actually was my cameraman back in Australia. And I wanted to be honest with you, he was an example as well.
Wow.
Like an example of, he have never been dealing with these things.
Right.
But when I told him, look, I have an idea. Let's go in the middle of the street. Let's take pictures of people. Let's see also their reaction. He was like, man, are you sure? I was like, yes. What I'm asking you is just take my mobile phone, all right, my smartphone, and record everything happen, no matter what. If they say yes, if they say no, if we fail, whatever happens, you record everything. And it was like, all right, you're crazy, but I like it.
Right.
I mean, okay, I don't know how to record everything. Don't worry. It was like, this is another thing. Just do things with passion, without boundaries, without limits. Just do it. Who cares? Whatever happened. So we went on the street. And actually, I've been very lucky that day because out of 7 people, 6 people said yes to me.
Whoa.
Now, this was interesting. This was really, really interesting. And still today, it's going to be very interesting, especially here in Norway. Well, Norway, I mean, generally in Europe, everywhere.
Right. Oh, it would be interesting definitely to see you reach people in the streets in Norway because they're very close.
It's a big challenge.
The Norwegians are very close.
It's going to be a very big challenge. But it's all about also how you approach people. I know there is this stereotype that, the Nordics up there, they're very, and all these things, but still.
We were having the 2 meter distance from people before Corona. That was the norm before.
I understand, but still, I'm that kind of person that believe in people and believe also in if you have the right approach with them, they somehow then they will open up. Because it happens also in Australia. There were people that they, at the beginning, they were like, wait, what's going on here? I don't want to deal with this. I've no idea. But then I was explaining to them what I was doing in a genuine way.
Right.
Very genuine way, very honest. And if it's yes, it's yes. If it's no, I'm not going to insist. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just here to share your portrait, but as a story. To be an example for million and million of people, you know, to
Exactly.
That's
No,
the
you
thing.
pull it off. You definitely pull it off.
Now, the thing is this. Why also I chose that time, even if it was a very hard time because of COVID and everything. We have to understand something. We have to respect the rules. Okay? Today, we have to respect the rules. We are going through a very tough time. And I understand everyone's, we don't want this situation to get worse than everything. But still, I want people, what I'm doing, it's to send also a message. The message, one of the messages, because there's not only one, there's many. You can, interpret this one in different way. But this one was really, really good point. The point is, every day now, somehow, we are not realizing how our life is changing. With the COVID situation, unfortunately, we are, how can I say, we have an obligation, which is we have to wear mask. Mask is covering up your face. Somehow, we are losing the concept of how beautiful we are in a different way. Because the mask is make all of us completely the same. Yes, you can see the beauty in their still in your eyes and everything, absolutely. But wearing like the mask is also a sort of I can't see you.
I see.
And it goes away from my eyes, and we are becoming like all unique, like all
Right.
We don't have
Our individuality or uniqueness gets at least eroded to a certain degree when you cover half your face. As a street performer or street photographer, when you have to pick people out, now you have even less to go on.
So, absolutely, don't get me wrong. I understand we have to do this.
Of
absolutely, and it's the right things to do and everything. But still, I want people to remember the. Not because of COVID, also before, way before, we became invisible between each other. So that's another message. Making the invisible visible. We are so distracted today. We are so distracted. We're so busy. Our mind is so full of thoughts and all these things that sometimes when we go out, we don't even look each other. In many, many, many countries. There's countries and countries. There's some countries where everyone's a little bit more, how can I say, more
approachable.
Yes, yeah, that's right. But still, we don't have. That's a message.
You have a point. I actually agree with it. When you paint it that way, one really sees. It's very easy for us to forget the human in the person. You start seeing people as just another bag of bones moving around.
That's it.
And you ignore the human in the person.
That's it. This is why. Well, probably many people figure it out, but still they tend to forget in their routine, in their daily basis. The fact that we are so focused in many, many how can I say, many things that they are like useless. They are like they don't have a great importance in life. This is because of the bad influences that we get from life, from social media, from advertisements, from disinformations, from we get every day bad influences.
And also desensitized. I feel
yes.
any stimuli we have, whether it's taste, smell, sight, hearing, you have that same stimuli repeated enough times, the brain is going to interpret that as white noise, as excess stimuli that is not needed. So it's going to shut it out.
Yeah.
You can try this with, let's say, how can you sleep in a movie theater? There's so much noise. Yeah, because the brain interpreted as white noise and the guy fell asleep. Or when you're in a train, after a while, you don't even hear the tracks anymore. Again, white noise. The reason why is the brain is trying to save energy, and thus it's cutting out the unnecessary, repetitive, predictable signals, right?
That's right.
That's why you can sleep in a train, but if someone whispers, like wake up, you will hear the whisper, but you didn't hear the train noise.
That's
because
right.
the train noise is predictable,
Yes.
constant,
Yes.
and the whisper is not predictable, not constant, right?
Yeah.
So that one is white noise, one isn't. And the reason why I'm saying this is the amount of tragedies one sees now when the world is disconnected has skyrocketed to an amount that it has unfortunately become white noise. We
I
get
agree with
we
you.
get like 200 bad news in our feed
Yes.
in like 2 minutes.
Yes.
And that creates a certain white noise blanket that we stop seeing people as humans. It's just, it's white noise now. You hear another tragedy, you don't even care. You just know I have to say these right words and I have to place these hashtags. And you're just doing a routine now because you don't genuinely feel it anymore. You just know you have to do it because it's the right thing to do.
And I want to add something to what you said, which is fantastic, actually. I want to add the fact that, that's right, you say something right. We are losing sensitivity in many things, but not only. We are losing self-esteem sometimes. Many people, that's another part of my job, is trying to break a little bit the stereotype of beauty. What I'm saying is this. Many people, they are so, especially the young people today, they have a model in their mind because they continue to watch on all the social media, which is, don't get me wrong, social medias are a double blade.
Exactly.
You can use them to do very good things, all right, and achieve success in life, or you can use them to burn your brain forever because they scroll. And what they do, they receive these subliminal messages also of beauty and of potential. So you see these kids today, the kids, teenager, but also at the different ages, and looking at the, let's call them VIP, okay, and all these actors, models, and all these things, okay. Great. They probably have also their good story and everything. But what medias, social medias, news and everything, what they do, they advertise in the wrong way, not as an example or as a story to share and all these things. No, but just as a picture, like. So what people do, they scroll and they look at those pictures, and what happens in their mind is, I don't know, I would never be like this.
Right. They put the wrong value in the center of the story.
That's correct.
Because like you just said, these people might have beautiful stories as well,
They
right?
have, for sure.
But then why aren't we putting virtue and value at the center of the stories? Why are we putting materialism and narcissism at the center of the story?
That's right. So that's a good point. We completely staying focused in those things while actually being always every day busy in what we do, and then spending our how can I say our free time to watch to all these things.
That's why I usually
What are you
say,
going to absorb? What your brain is going to absorb?
Yeah.
So
what are you going to encourage as well?
What is that's right. And not only you convince yourself, people convince themselves that they're not worth it. They're not worth it to be in their way. They're not worth it to do that thing, and they're not worth it, which is actually wrong.
Right.
It's actually wrong. I tell you something.
Yeah.
Many of my followers, and hopefully many other new people, they will get the chance to go through my videos, because there are some big examples in my videos.
Can we pull up one of the examples, maybe? Which ones?
I have a few examples where we have these. I met these.
First of all, is on what platform?
Is on TikTok.
On TikTok.
Is on TikTok.
So for those.
Yes. So.
One sec.
Okay. So we have, for example, Kristen. Kristen is one example. Kristen is the other one. This one. This one is Kristen. So Kristen was an amazing example, where I asked her if I could take pictures of her. And actually, at the beginning, she was scared. And when she was like, she didn't see herself beautiful or worthy to be photographed, by me. And I was explaining to her, what I was doing actually. And somehow she get confident, because I was trying to give him confidence, and I was like, I want to show you what you actually really can be, and you are. So I took pictures of her.
Wow.
And her reaction also at the end was priceless, was fantastic.
Looks like a different person. The way you're capturing it.
She was so happy, and she actually answered me back, and she was like, "Thank you so much for pushing me out from my comfort zone." And in the video, actually, when you listen to what people say, she was like, "I don't even have a makeup on top. I don't have." That's the thing. Okay, makeup is beautiful. I like girls with makeup, of course. Who doesn't? But still, you don't have to forget to look in your skin and under your skin. That's the point. There's another video, actually. I don't know if we can...
One second. For those listening and not seeing, you should go to his TikTok. That's where we see all his videos and pictures. His TikTok is the same like his name, Dino dot
Serrao.
Serao.
Yes.
Right. With double R's, 2 R's.
With 2 R.
All right.
Yeah.
So you can check out what we're seeing here. Yes, please.
So
another one.
if you go down a little bit more, there we go. We have Lauren and Aiden.
The 9.1 million.
Yes.
Jesus.
Lauren is another big example. Is a very big example. I love that girl, honestly, and everything about her, because I was explaining to them, and she was a bit confused at the beginning, and then somehow, look, she was like, I might pass. And I was like, why are you saying that? Because I don't really feel photogenic. And I was like, don't say that. Absolutely. Why would you think something? And I was like, listen, I'll take a picture of you. If you don't like it, I will cancel. And like,
that is not photogenic. I don't know, man.
Oh my God. And she, and actually also the reaction of her at the end, it was priceless as well for me. Look,
so what
she was so like, oh my God, I never thought, like people, that's why I'm saying that people are distracted, and they don't feel the others. They don't feel what's happening and everything, because they, at the end, they were like, when they share this event, when they share what happens with me, they're like, oh my God, I went to buy an orange juice, and I found myself suddenly on a photography shoot, like shooting, and I actually realize this guy let me realize I was cool.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I was like,
you're capturing and showing them the true part of themselves and breaking down their own stereotypes they have with themselves.
That's right.
So what does this do to you when you, let's say you pick, like, say, a subject like the one before?
Taking, for example, that's what I'm doing is when I walk in the street, that's what I do, what many of us forget to do, is to not stare at someone. It sound a little bit creepy, but
To look truly at them. Yeah.
Just look truly at them. Just look to each other. No with something like, wow, why are you looking at me? I'm not doing this. What I'm doing is appreciating people as they are. And trust me, people forget these things. We don't have to forget how valuable we are. We don't have to forget the big potential we have in life, what we can achieve, as we say before, with our stories. Our stories can be an inspiration for other people. Believe in yourself. Believe in your... This starts with the beauty, with the photography, but goes deeper than this. It goes deeper than this, you know? I can tell you something. Recently, I was reading a book, if I'm not wrong, or listening to an audio. I can't remember now, but I remember I captured this kind of quote. There was very, 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 well, actually, a couple of quotes. One that sticks in my mind every day, which is no matter what. First of all, this is my motto. This is my motto, which is no matter what, somehow ordinary people are extraordinary, because we have this concept that ordinary, it's ordinary. No, forget this concept. Ordinary is beautiful. You don't have to be, as that advertisement said, if you're not beautiful like this, or or like this, you're not worth it.
Right.
That's, sorry, I don't want to be rude, but that's bullshit,
Right.
That's, you know what I mean? So get self-esteem, first of all. Second, how people picture themselves today. So what they do is, many people, what they do, there's two ways. What they do is they look at the mirror, and many of them, they try to focus too much on their insecurity,
Right.
or their bad details.
Right. So they
You know?
look only at what they are dissatisfied with.
Dissatisfied, that's right. First, and then they get stuck in that thing. Either they take a selfie, all right? They take a selfie, but that's followed by putting a filter on top. And slowly, getting in that game, you forget, actually, that the real mirror that reflects your real yourself and your real beauty is those people that they really appreciate the way you are and not the way you look, and that's it.
Exactly.
That's, And another thing that people should every day they should remember, and there's a message that I'm gonna push as much as I can, is don't judge people the way they dress their clothes. Judge people the way they wear their soul and their behavior, their attitude. It's beautiful.
Exactly. No, this is a message that, as you said, needs to even be pushed harder. We are primarily deviating more and more, I feel, from the true value of what makes a human being a human, which is their virtues, their deeds, their action, their spirituality. Some people might not like that word, but that is what we are, like it or not. That is what makes a human being a human being.
Yes.
Their spirituality, right?
Yeah.
And I truly feel that, like, honestly, when we saw your work, and even when I heard from Alex, like, amazing photographer, he's in Norway right now, I was thinking, like, photographer, what are we going to talk about? Cameras? But then
it goes deeper than that.
One truly sees
Yes.
that the quality of the picture a photographer takes is almost directly proportionate to the depth he or she sees in the subject. And that comes back to even one of our guests we had, beautiful human being she was, Her values were amazing. Really pure soul. Lived a life of service. Like that was her
Yes.
purpose. Service. And
That's fantastic.
this came out in her pictures.
That's fantastic.
So it was almost like to be a better photographer, you had to be a better person. Who knew, right? Who knew?
Who knew? That's, well, start first. I would say start to be a better person. Start to be a better person with everyone. With yourself first, and then with everyone. Help people in whatever you can, and put passion in whatever you're gonna do, and then passion will lead you eventually to success.
Too many people would not have taken your path. A lot of people would be like, street photography, I would charge people on the streets.
I started without thinking about money. Trust me, I started
I could
without
see-
thinking about money. I started with a purpose, with a message, to do a message, to have. Honestly, I only had one day, maybe 2 days per week to do what I was doing. What happened is when I started this, I didn't really have the picture of what's going. I had a vision of what I want to achieve, of the message that I wanted to send to the people. And there is a key for everyone in life: consistency.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Consistency in what you do. Because I failed. There's actually also a video that shows you how in that video I failed 3 times before I could get in connection with a person and take a picture of her. That was amazing. Because I wanted to post that video and show people as a message that I failed 3 times. 3 times people say no to me.
Yeah.
That's the one. Look, I had the first fail. I dropped the microphone and I lost the girl over there. And then the second one, and she say no straight away. And then the third one, and I was running with people doing jogging that day, running. And she was like, no, sorry. And then I continue, consistency, persistency. And I continue. And I was stopping this. I stopped this girl. And at the end, yes, success. She say yes. And I was so happy because that's another big feeling that you have. Look, and picture came out beautiful, natural, raw. I didn't modify much. And at the end, this girl found, that's why I'm saying, this girl found herself like, oh my God, I found myself like,
Right.
I was running, and I found myself in a photo shooting, and I actually looked better than when I get dressed and I get ready to go, to go for a party.
Wow. Well, let's see the comments. One's like, I'm a photographer from Malaysia. I feel more confident when I see your content. Thanks. Do visit, do comment. Nice. All the people who didn't stop watching. No, you see, this is what I feel.
You see, where this one is very interesting. You make every single person look like they are a movie star. Your art is beautiful. That's the point.
Yeah.
That's the point. Everyone can be protagonist. Everyone's are protagonists.
Yeah.
First of all, of their story, and everyone's are movie stars of this life.
I like
That's
that.
what I want to show people. And look, I like the comments. There's a lot of comments that they say, I like your photography because it's a raw photography. Because I don't modify too much. I emphasize a little bit, some aspects, emphasize a little bit, but I want to show them that the way people are, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's enough the way
It's enough. It's amazing. That's the key. That's the point. So,
and that mantra has it is what drove you to over 2 million followers on the.
That's the thing. That's another thing. So what happened to me? There's many examples in this world. Now today I'm here, I'm talking with you and I'm sharing with you guys what you really can do in life. You can achieve the impossible. What it looks like, which is impossible, but it's not. It's not impossible. It's really, really possible, but if you if you stick
Stick with it.
with your vision, with your goals, if if you work hard on that and all these things. When I started to post my videos in the social media, I started with TikTok, which at the beginning for me TikTok was something like, I don't know, what is in this? There's people dancing and people doing stupid things.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. But as I said before, a social media is a double blade. Depends how you use it.
Exactly.
Remember, you can take a hammer and build a house, or with the same hammer you can break your head.
I like that. I'm so there with that too.
Like so. So what happened is, I remember my brother was like, hey, Dino, you know what you're doing? You should start to post it on social medias and see the reaction and everything. Man, it's not because I'm doing something, how can I say, like something original, because someone else is doing what I'm doing. Also in America, there's a couple of photographers pretty good. They concentrate in different things. I'm concentrating more in people portraits and sharing their story through their face and all these things. But the thing is, the approach that I had and everything, it suddenly went viral. But it went viral. Why? Not because Dino is necessarily really good in what he's doing. Maybe that one as well. Okay. But because people somehow connected with a message. People connected more with a message.
What would you sum the message up as? If you could sum it up in a few words. The message people connected with.
The message is what I said before, that it looks ordinary, but it's actually extraordinary. You don't see that. You don't see yourself, but you really are. Believe in what you are. I'm going to show you how beautiful you are.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Yes.
I'm blushing over here. Some water? You want some water? I'll have some water.
I'm going to have some water. This is a message to everyone. Guys. It's never forget. You know why? This is start from, as I said before, from the influences that we get in life. That's the thing. Because, it starts like this. You have influences that they come from subliminal message around you every day, from your family as well. But don't get me wrong, your family gives you the best of the best. But still, they got their influences. So those influences, what they do, they create your behavior.
Absolutely.
And the behavior, all right, what's created then in your life creates the outcome.
So basically influence, behavior, outcome.
That's right.
So basically thought, action, destiny.
That's it. You have to be... I always suggest people, surround yourself of those people that support you, that they believe in you, that they see you as you truly, really are, and they are positive.
What if someone said, like, what if there's no one around you that supports you or is positive? What if you're in a situation where there's no one who's supportive in your immediate,
somehow you have to find the strength. Somehow you have to put yourself in the game and try to connect with people. You can say, well, but I'm a shy person. No, you are not. You think you are shy because this becomes from some influences that you received. But you are a flexible human being. You are not. Do you know what I mean?
Actually, I agree. And I see that a lot with some artists. Like, I know it sounds weird, but certain Oscar-winning artists and actors, when they are not acting, like in their private life, they would be classified as shy. You know, the way they are reserved, the way they smile. And then on stage, they are, and that shows you that you are not shy. Maybe at that moment, you want to be reserved, but that doesn't mean that's your character.
That's correct. So that's why this is something that it's a message I also try to send as well. Like,
It's a good message.
like I'm gonna show you. Look, many people, they're like, I honestly, when I started to see the video, I wouldn't believe she would come out like this, or she would say yes to you. It's how you, because trust me, those girls probably that day would never ask someone to take a nice picture of them. They're like, I don't know, I'm good like this.
And especially
let's see,
the reaction they get.
the
now
reaction
that you
is
posted.
priceless. There is another thing. There's a few. There's actually one more video very interesting, which is this gentleman. He was a constructor supervisor.
Okay.
This big man, beard and everything, and he was there. And this is a beautiful example, because I was walking, because all I do is I walk in the street and I observe people. That's all. And I'm glad, Alex, you're amazing. You're doing an amazing job. There we go. You're
good.
So you're very good.
You're very good.
So you see, I stopped this guy, and actually this guy was like, it was like, me? What you
Look
want
at
me
how he's
for?
smiling.
Yeah, it's like
He lit up.
He was like, he couldn't believe this was happening. I'll tell you why he was surprised. And look, he's an actor for me. I don't know, he looks like Russell Crowe today. I don't know.
Actually, he does look like Russell
It's
Crowe.
fantastic. People, you are amazing.
Look at how he's frowning in the beginning.
At the beginning, it's
And
like,
then-
you know why? In the longer version, that you can find the
Wow.
longer version on YouTube channel, on my YouTube channel.
You have a YouTube as well.
Yes, on the longer version, this gentleman, he was like, why are you asking me when there's many young people here? And literally, there was a stereotype over there, because there were these lovely guys, muscles, blue eyes, cool. And then, obviously they will attract any girl, of course. And I understand, that's fantastic, absolutely cool, trust me. But still, it's like, I'm gonna show people something else.
Yeah. It's easy to make good look good.
That's
Like
right.
stereotypical good
It's
look
easy. It's easy.
But
What about the rest of the world? The rest of the people? There's also a gentleman with a long beard. Beautiful. I was walking.
That's the one I saw.
That's the one?
And I did not know it was you.
That one was actually the beginning. It's another one. It's at the very beginning. It's downstairs.
Way down.
Way down.
That one.
No, but much way down. Yeah, it's still him. That's a second video. The one. Up there it says Soul. There we go. His name is not Soul, first of all, but his name is Jamie. But this is fantastic. I literally was surprised when I saw him from the other part of the street, from the other side of the street. Me and my cameraman, we were almost get hit by a car to get to him. Yeah, that was an amazing experience. This was the beginning of everything. Because one day we were walking, me and my friend were walking, and I was like, my friend was like, what do you want to do today? So let's do what we always do.
Right.
Let's walk in the street and observe people. And then as soon as we get inspired, we do something. But then I was like, you know what, man? I want to do something different today. What do you want to do? I want to show people how we can make the invisible visible. I was like, what do you mean by that? And I was like, let's not focus now. Let's focus to old people.
Right.
When you walk in the streets sometimes, you don't consider as well the beauty in the old people. As well, these are other things. Okay, if there's a campaign, like there is an advertisement, something where, okay, we need to show old people. Okay, but
in the day-to-day life,
think about it.
They tend to be overlooked the most.
Does those big stylish or I don't want to say name now, but they choose old
Yeah,
people
I know
to
what you
them.
mean.
They might start now after they were
After they
saying,
hear
oh,
this.
that's a good idea, actually, Dino. Thanks for giving us an idea, because we want to. But that's actually true. I don't care. I'm here to inspire people.
Yeah.
I'm happy if tomorrow someone get my inspiration to create something similar to what I'm doing, or better, or all these things. It's all about inspiring people here, guys.
Because that inspires the right type of change as well. And I mean, honestly, when you're on social media, I truly believe who you follow and what you like is a vote. You're voting what you want to see more in the world. Whatever you like, whoever you follow, what type of influencer you follow, you're voting, yes, more of this in the world, please.
Yeah.
And then you're also teaching the platform. You're
Yes.
teaching Instagram
Yes.
what they need to push.
That's right.
So if most people are voting for, meaning liking or following this type of content,
yeah.
Instagram will say, if we want to get bigger, we have to push this type
That's
of
right.
content
So
more.
that's fantastic.
So
that's
as
right.
much as people love, dissing platforms and Instagram social media as the bad guy, like you're saying, it's a double-edged sword, and you can easily change that by voting for the right content, meaning by liking and following the right content. Because Instagram just takes what you're doing, multiplies it by 100, and gives it back to you. So it's kind of your fault as well,
Yeah.
Whoever has that feed, one has to tweak. Okay, and there are settings on Instagram. I want to see less of this. I want to see more of this. It's all in your hands, really.
That's true. That's really, really true. Yes, it becomes, that's what means that. That's another thing. Be influencers. Influencers of what? Today, this word influencers, I like it and I don't like it.
I love it. Influencers of what? What are you influencing?
That's right.
Yeah.
Are you influencers great messages, or are you just influencers advertisement and all these things, which is fine. It's fine. I understand. There's, business behind and all these things. But this is the thing is, guys, please, I want you to understand that you are, and you can be protagonist of something. Today, you're going to be protagonist of my page. Somehow, this is something that I want to do. I don't know when, I don't know how, I don't care. I know I'm sticking with and I'm pursuing these things. I would love and I will take as much picture as I can of all over the world, of cultures, people, features,
Beautiful.
and everything to show the world the beauty in all our differences, the beauty,
Amazing.
the connection, no matter what. You know what I mean? This is the thing.
That's amazing.
And look, today I'm here in Norway. I can't wait to see what's happening.
How
And
long are you here now?
Oh,
Like
well,
in the
I'm
country?
planning to stay here at least 1 year.
Whoa.
Yes, I'm gonna to play, so
Whoa.
I'm gonna enjoy. Norway. I want to be honest with you. This is another thing. I'm part of my story is also the fact that in Australia, due to COVID, I had some problem with the visa over there. I was renewing my visa, and because COVID stopped everything, my visa, the old visa was expiring. I applied for a new one, but the new one was unfortunately put on pause, was frozen because of COVID situation. Did I stop? Did it stop myself to do something? No. It gave me more motivation. I know it's a tough time, especially today here in Norway. No matter. It doesn't matter. Somehow, this is a great journey. It's challenging. That's good.
That's awesome.
But I'm very positive. The big things are coming up for everyone. But it's all about us. It's all about who we are. We can't. This is another thing that I learned in my life. We can't wait for the best time to come to us. You have to make the best time.
Yeah.
Anytime.
It should never be the best
Today
time.
is the best time.
There you go.
Today I have to thank you guys because it's an amazing time. You,
No,
Alex,
we gotta thank you, man.
it's an amazing time. I'm making the best of it. You made the best of it for me. It looks like a normal Saturday today, but it's actually an amazing an amazing day. Make the best of it. But it's all about you, who you really are. So
it's I couldn't say it better, and you said it perfectly. And honestly, I feel that your message is not only inspiring to up and coming photographers, but anyone in the business that wants to better their lives. You have really showed people not only what drives you, but also given a little bit a part of what drives them as well, and what needs to be awakened to keep driving them. You have brought that out, and that's why we love having people like you here, because this message, this type of, let's say, information or mindfulness needs to be brought out. We need more of this in the world. Yeah, sorry.
No, well, I want look. Still today, I'm wondering who would ever expect that leaving my safe comfort zone, going back to photography today, my photography and what I'm doing went so viral all over the world,
Right.
in the web and everything, and reached, trust me, not million but billion of people, billion people. For me, it's a great success. But not just this. For me, it's a great success when tomorrow, even if I inspire one person, and trust me, I had so many people sending me a message. I'm so glad I saw you, I found you. Why? Because you inspired me. You inspire me in what I want to do in life, even if it's not photography.
Exactly.
There's some people that they wrote me, a few months ago, I just throw my paintbrush away. And today, after I watched your video, I took it and I started again. You got to
inspire consistency.
And I want to be honest with you. People would say, but you got millions of followers. It's not that. I started from like everyone does, from the scratch, from zero. But remember that even if you can inspire one person today or this week, that's priceless. That's a big value. First of all, you know what? I've been reached by Lad Bible.
Oh, really?
Lad Bible was another big push for me, because that's what's part of what we do today. When you are consistent in what you do. I've been posting things, I've been enjoying what I was doing for the joy to share what I'm doing with people. What happened? Lad Bible found out about me, and they were like, man, what you're doing is crazy. We have to share to the world. Lad Bible is big.
It's huge.
It's huge.
It's everywhere.
It's huge everywhere. They create this beautiful news about me. They feature in their page. And after that,
and this
blow up more and more and more. But this is not about how many followers you have. This is about, again, I want to say and I want to underline, it's about yourself. You have a big potential. Whoever you are, wherever you live, doesn't matter who you are, the color of your skin, if you're tall, if you're short, if you're big. I don't care. And people, they have to believe in these things. Take me as an example. I started from nothing.
$400 in your pocket, dishwasher.
$400 in my pocket, dishwasher.
Not even a good dishwasher, by the way.
Not even a good one, a terrible one. But still, I had this mindset of somehow there is a purpose. Of myself has a purpose in this life. Has a goal, has something to do. Somehow will come out in something. There's not just this line. There's multiple lines.
Exactly.
Trust me. So,
dude, it is amazing to hear your story, especially coming from you in this way. This is, it's perfect and inspiring to say the least. We hope to have you back. But for those watching, if you don't follow him already, Dino Serao on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok.
TikTok, yes.
you'll be here for a year. If you guys get stopped by a random guy in the streets in Oslo this year, do not say no. Say yes.
You can say no. I have nothing to lose. You might lose the chance, but it doesn't matter. It's not a
Right.
big deal.
True.
But it's gonna be an interesting journey here in Norway, in all the Nordic places anyway.
Okay.
Because I'm planning this. It's also how can I say? Is a bigger plan that goes all over the world. So as soon as we got the chance to travel, maybe Norway will be my base, but I'm gonna travel a bit everywhere and try to spread the message.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming, man.
Thanks for having me. It was amazing, and I loved that.
This
honestly.
is a pleasure on our side. We learned so much, and I think everyone else did as well.
Thank you very much, guys.
All right, thanks.
Thanks a lot.